Dear students, today's topic of discussion is laboratory experiments on parallel operation of single phase transformer. In our laboratory, in this experiment, actually we operate two single phase transformer, two similar single phase transformer parallelly, and we actually study their results, and we compare the results with the theoretical results. Now, it would be better if we could uh, perform the experiment in the laboratory, but situation doesn't permit us. So we shall we shall study the previous year's results, and we shall see how it varies with the theoretical values. And before we move to the discussion of the laboratory experiments, first of all we have to understand the basic theory behind the parallel operation. Why parallel operation is needed, and what are the conditions to be satisfied for parallel operations. Okay, let us move to the whiteboard to understand the basic theory of parallel operation. Now I will put up my video, otherwise the file will be very big and it will be difficult to upload in the Google Drive. Let us consider there are two similar transformers which are to be connected in parallel. Let us say this is transformer transformer A, and the another is here transformer B. These are the primary side, these are the secondary side. So parallel operation means both the primary and secondary sides are connected to each other. So this primary of transformer A is connected to the primary of transformer B, and secondary of transformer B is connected to secondary is transformer B. And again this one, this will go here. Why parallel operation? Number one, it will increase the efficiency of transformer. How? Let us consider there is only one transformer instead of two transformers. Now, if the load requirement decreases, in this case, this large transformer will operate at much lower load, so its efficiency will be much less. Now, if you have two transformers, now you are having options to disconnect one transformer. You can load the other transformer maximum. So in this way, efficiency is increased. Number two is reliability. In case of single transformer, if transformer fails, so your entire system will be out of power. Now if there are two transformers, if one transformer fails, you can give power to the system, rather reduced load. In case of single transformer, you have to shut down the whole thing. So reliability increases. Number 3, flexibility. What is flexibility? Flexibility means if you want to take maintenance work for the transformers, you can give power which are in operation. You can shut down the transformer which requires maintenance. In case of single transformer, your load has to be put off. In this flexibility is there in case of small transformer small transformers operating in parallel. Now, 3 or 4 things you must remember to operate these transformers in parallelly. This number 1, their instantaneous polarity should be same. This is most necessary condition. And other 3 conditions are there, that is voltage rating and voltage ratio must be same, and per unit impedance of the transformer must be equal, as well as reactance to resistance ratio must be same. Let us move to the page 2. Condition for satisfactory parallel operation, same polarity. The terminals connected to be the same polarity. If you say here this is dot and this is dot, these are the same terminals, same polarity. Now if you connect this terminal here, then secondary side must be from this terminal to this terminal, otherwise there will be a short circuit condition. Now second thing is voltage rating and ratio. If their voltage ratios are not same, then there will be circulating current in the transformer, and voltage rating obviously must be same, because it is for obvious reason you cannot connect 100 by 200 volt transformer with 11 kV by say 22 kV. You cannot connect these two transformers in parallel, because their voltage ratings are different, because their insulation requirement will be different. For 11 kV transformer, insulation requirement will be more. So this is not feasible to connect different voltage rating transformer in parallel. Number 3, per unit impedance or percentage impedance of the transformer must be same. So that their load sharing uh, will be according to their kVA rating. The kVA rating is more, it will take more load. kVA rating is less means it will take less load. So this condition should be satisfied. Per unit impedance should be same for all the transformer. Per unit impedance means this impedance divided by the kVA of the transformer. Number 4, X by R ratio, reactance to resistance ratio must be same. Otherwise, this transformer will operate in different power factor angle. So this is another condition required to operate transformers in parallel satisfactorily. Now we shall see how they actually sharing the loads. Let us consider two transformers. Uh, you know the equivalent circuit of transformer can be drawn this way. You can neglect the parallel branch. This side is the primary side. Let us say this is EA at primary side. Here this is EB at the second transformer B. These are connected in parallel. So this will go here. And this will go here. Let us say the secondary voltage is E2 and their respective currents are say IA IB. So load current is IL. Now here let us draw this way. So if there is voltage difference between E and EB, this EC will come. Now if this EA equal to EB, then you can simply draw this way. So these are ZA and ZB. ZA, ZB. So this will be EA equal to EB and this side E2. let us say this is E1 and this is E2. Impedance ZA, impedance ZB. So this is IA, this is IB, this is IL. So you can easily write IL equal to IA plus IB and EA plus IAZA to EB plus IBZB equal to E2. Now here EA is equal to EB, therefore IAZA equal to IBZB. From there you can write IA is equal to IL ZB divided by ZA plus ZB. Similarly, IB will come IL multiplied by ZA divided by ZA plus ZB. And this, in this way, SA plus SP SL is KVA. So SA is SL ZA plus ZB at SA is equal to E2IA to 10 to the power minus 3. Similarly, SB SL into ZB divided by ZA plus ZB. From this expression, it is obvious that the transformer which is having more kVA, its impedance must be less, so that it will share the load according to its kVA rating. In this experiment, parallel operations are performed twice. In the run 1, these two transformers are connected without reactor. Again, in the run 2, it is connected with reactor. Here, this reactor is basically air core reactor. And from this circuit diagram, you can say that what are the instruments actually needed for this experiments. Here you see that 3 ammeters are required. One load box, one or two load boxes are required to load the transformer, and two transformers, similar transformers are required. One air core reactor. This one single phase transformer. There are two single phase transformers are required. This is 3 kVA, 110 by 220 volt, and 3 IC emitters are required, and air core reactors 1 and load box because at 2. Here this table shows the results of parallel operation without reactor. Here you say that as these two transformers are similar transformers, their current through them are almost equal. 2.02, 4.2, 3.8, 6, 5, 8.2, 7.1, 10.2, 9.0, 12.2, 10.8, and this last column shows the total load. This is the load current. Here there is a difference in the reading for this transformer 1 T1 and transformer 2. This is due to the impedance of the transformer. As we collect the data from the laboratory, data means the short circuit data, we can see that their percentage impedance impedances are different. Now with reactor you see that here 2.5 and 3.7. So you can easily say that where the iron core reactor, air core reactor is connected, here 4.2 and 6.0, 6.2 and 8.8. Here you see that this value is lesser than this value, transformer 2 values. This is because in the transformer 1 iron air core reactor is connected, so its impedance get increased. So its current drawn by this transformer 1 will be lesser than the transformer 2. Now these are the short circuit data which was collected from the laboratory. This T1 voltage is 7.9, current 13.7. 13.7 is the rated current of the transformer. You know that short circuit is performed under the rated current. So this is 13.7. These two are same, 13. For transformer 2 also 13.7, but their voltages are different. 7.9, 8.24. Here wattage 86.2, 89.2. From this data you can calculate the impedance of the transformers, impedances of the transformer. Here ZE1 VSC by IC, and as this wattage are given, from there you can actually calculate the resistance value, resistance of the winding. This one, from there you can calculate the reactance of the winding. Once you know this value, this impedance value, you can calculate the current sharing of the transformers. Now you can compare the values of the current sharing with the experimental values. Here you see that equivalent impedance will be this one, VSC by ISC, this point for transformer to 0.601 ohm. Here RE2 PSC, this short circuit wattage divided by current square. This will give you resistance value, and reactance value you will get from this expression also. Here is the diagram. So their current sharing will be this one. I1 is equal to ZE2 by ZE1 plus ZE2. This is the equivalent impedance with respect to secondary side. I2 will be this much. Now if you calculate, then let us move to the table here. These are the calculated current and these are the experimental values of current. From there you can say that there is a very small difference. 11, see this last value 11.73 and 12.2. One thing you must keep in mind, the loading of the transformer must not exceed its rated loading. Here for the secondary side voltage is 220 volt, so and kVA is 3 kVA, so its current rating will be around 27 ampere. 13.7 multiplied by 2, this one current load, total load current is this 27 ampere, and individual transformer loading will be simply 13.6 ampere. Here are a few sample questions. First one is, what are essential and desirable conditions for parallel operation of transformer? This is already discussed. Next one is, how can you connect two winding transformer in parallel without directly checking polarities beforehand? I think you have already performed this experiment, rating and coil connection of single phase transformer. You know that. I will not discuss this thing here. Last one is, if the turns ratio of transformers are not nearly equal, how can you operate them in parallel with the help of a reactor? Now here you see that, let us consider that this transformer only. One is 110 volt to 220 volt. So let us say another one is, instead of 110 volt, it is 100 volt to 220 volt. Now here you see that you are applying 100 volt, you are getting 220 volt in the secondary side. In the first case, you are applying 110 volt, you are getting 220 to 220 volt in the secondary side. You have 110 volts power supply available with you. Now what you can do that, if you drop this 10 volt in the primary side, then only you will get 220 volt in the secondary side for the case 2. Rather, if you apply 110 volt in the primary side, then you will get beyond 220 volt in the secondary side, because in this case your ratio is 100 to 220. So you must have to drop this 10 volt. How can you drop that voltage? You can drop this voltage by connecting air core reactor in the primary side, right? Why air core reactor? This is a reactive device. Otherwise, you can do this by connecting resistance also. In this case, your power loss will be there. So it is better to connect air core reactor. Now, if you make a drop of 10 volt, then actually 100 volt will appear in the primary coil. That will convert it to 220 volt in the secondary side. This way you can do that. This is the last part of this experiment. Thank you all.